1, and you should be going.
Welcome back, viewers, to Currents of War. When last we left our intrepid heroes, they arrived at the island of Coulette Flock to try and figure out what's up with this weird lion turtle monster that keeps rising out of the sea to eat people, um, or crash ships and whatever. They traveled along the island and found chests belonging to a thieves guild that Duck knows, a den where the creature clearly sleeps, filled with the bones of other monsters, smaller monsters, including a couple of lake dragons and even one juvenile behemoth. They found mountains caked in dried slime, dried mucus from some sort of giant mollusk. And most importantly, they found a village of goblins that lived on the island in secret, descended from the servants of an unseelie queen who, 300 years ago prior, had cursed a member of Marion Bluch's family, her ancestors, so that she would sleep eternally until awoken by true love's kiss, and then cover the castle in giant briars, which to this day haven't completely receded. The goblins of this village were terribly afraid that they would face reprisal because while their lord and lady had died in that whole situation, leaving them exiles from fairyland, they also don't feel like the humans are going to welcome them, given that they were technically working for her during that whole kerfluffle. But nonetheless, when telling the goblins about the Greater Goblin War, which they had no idea there even was one, or even that there were prior Goblin Wars, um, the goblins did resolve to lend some assistance to the people of Castle Broche in hopes that maybe this would allow them to officially be forgiven and finally make contact with the outside world. Everything seemed to be going really good, and our heroes made their way to their ship, only to find it destroyed by none other than the giant turtle lion dragon monster that was wreaking havoc. And it was then that they met Barbarant, the monster magician, who has apparently raised this monster specifically to get revenge on Duchess Marion's family for a slight one of her ancestors did to him. And this is where our heroes are left, stranded on the island of Coulette Flock, uh, with the monster bearing down on their potential very valuable ally, the Duchess, and currently no way to warn her in time. So, my heroes, what do we do?
What do we do?
I could try flying there.
If you remember from last session, when you
Mm-hmm.
visited the goblins, uh, one member of their village was making suits that, if you wore them, would allow you to breathe underwater. In addition, they had a whole stable of giant salamanders called salamandrels, which were domesticated and used as mounts. Just in case you guys forgot that little plot point.
Those should be faster than that big guy, right? I mean,
That is another. I'm not a character in the scene, but that is another point that you guys would know for sure when finding some of Barbarant's discarded typo-ridden notes. He did mention choosing the clumsier and slower species of island tortoise to serve as the base of this monster, which he calls the Tarrasque. There's a faster, speedier variety called the Aspidishalone, but he chose the Facito Calan because it has a much more armored shell. And as such, while the Tarrasque can swim, it is not a very elegant or swift swimmer.
so we could borrow those and get there pretty quick.
Yeah, would Deck know how fast these are?
You're pretty fast. They're excellent. The ones that you're seeing are bred for galloping, but they still have big, long paddle tails and flexible bodies, and very hydrodynamic skin.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. I think that's a word. So they are built to swim very fast, even when carrying a rider.
Okay. So that could be like, yeah, that's probably our best bet of getting across the lake quickly.
Okay, well, let's go.
You know,
All right.
Okie dokie.
this is the kind of situation that would have made Charles's Arcana of the Void very useful.
Yes, it is. I'm not going to make you roll for it. This is a Fabula Ultima rule of if the players can do something and there's no reason for them not to be able to do something, they just do it. You go back to the village, you tell them the plight, and the village has already agreed to try and help. And hearing that things have gotten significantly worse, they see no problem in loaning you some of their salamandrels so long as you promise to bring them back.
Of course.
Of course.
You do have to pay for the suits, though. And I'm pretty sure that's still in the loot box.
It is, but I don't know if you ever gave them actual. Yeah, you didn't give the skin cloaks any actual price on them.
Did I not? Let me check. Maybe maybe my intent was just for you to get them for free. That would make sense, actually, given how they're kind of important. Yeah, you can just. I mean, it's a simple material for them. So yeah, go ahead. You get these Bugane skin cloaks that allow you to breathe underwater for freezies.
Okay. I'll switch that on.
Nice.
It's a bit of a shame, though. We won't be able to bring that weapon with. We are kind of rushing in to that battle without much of a weapon.
Well, I should remind you, you did get several barrels of Tarrasque repellent. 10 barrels
Right.
specifically, according to the loot box.
Oh, was
And
that
I
not
think
on
you
the
also
ship when it
got-
was destroyed?
Yeah, it was with you guys. I'm being nice.
Yeah, I think we were
Okay.
transporting it in a wheelbarrow or something.
In your cart,
Mhm.
you've got your cart with the two hornless
Yeah, the
Yales.
Yales.
Mm-hmm. Oh, TT.
Yes.
Moncher is going to take 200 and give it to the shop. Just even though he doesn't have to pay for it, he's going to just be as a thank you.
They're very appreciative. If there was a respect mechanic, he would go up.
hmm
Yeah.
Not sure. Probably one of the best things we can do is once we get there, I think you could fly up and drop one of the barrels on its head.
It is possible.
We may have to come up with a plan, Justin, because we don't really know if this monster magician has any offensive spells. Given he was a court wizard, better safe than sorry.
True.
I have a really stupid idea, but I don't know if we have time for it.
Catapults?
I mean, we could go scrape some of that slime off that mountain and then fucking throw it at the wizard.
I think you guys.
didn't we-
It's on the loot box, but I think you guys did actually do that.
Yeah,
scrape a bit of
Duck
that.
did scrape some up, yeah.
And I think he kept it in like a super airtight barrel. I think they put like aromatic aromatic flowers over it, so that way you could really keep it from smelling what's
Right.
inside until you opened it.
Hold on.
Because the idea was we might be able to drop it on the Breton Charmy.
Well, that's one idea.
Yeah. And we
We
know
could
Monsieur can
jump-
fly around with a barrel. Sorry.
And we could dump it on the wizard just a little bit. It wouldn't probably take a whole lot for him to immediately turn around and go, "Oh, it's you, you fucker," and murk him. Or at least chase him away comically.
Well, we should probably get going anyway.
Yeah.
By the way,
All right. So here's what we're all going to need to do. You can do this as a group check, or you can do it as individual checks. I think group check makes the most sense. You have to do a swim check to get ahead of the Tarrasque. Your DC is 12, and while I've written out Dex plus Might is the roll that you have to make. If you want, I think you could justify Dex plus Willpower or Might plus Willpower.
I'll do
Good idea.
Dex plus
Dex
Might.
plus willpower.
I would like,
The willpower being you pushing your body beyond its limits to swim as fast as fucking possible.
yeah, I would like the might plus willpower for me. That's just his good stats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are we going to nominate somebody to be the lead on this check?
We really should.
Let's not make it Monchair.
Probably also
Maybe.
don't make it Gray, just so that way he doesn't have to roll
I have no
in
physical
the internet problems.
My might is 10, but my willpower is 6. So, you might not want to make me the leader either.
Yeah, my dex is 8 and my willpower is 10 if I roll that.
Okay, you sounds like you're the lead then.
Uh-oh.
But I'll still roll the willpower and might, because Dex is...
Oh, no!
Oh!
I'm
Um,
gonna hook some fabulous points.
Fabulous ultimate. Yeah.
Remember, this is a group chat. Oh, Jesus Christ!
5,
Yeah.
5. Jesus.
We're
Fucking
one.
hell.
We're each one away.
There we go.
Okay, so that's 15 plus 11.
Yeah. Rerolling both. That's not any better.
Yeah, I'm also going to re-roll both just to see if
Oh.
it does anything better. I have 10
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
I think if I remember right,
Better.
a group check, in addition to if we pass 10, that adds a point to, I guess we made Cero the leader, so 9. So every, I think 10th, if we get 10 or more, that adds 1 to the group check of Cero's roll. And then I think in addition to that, whatever the highest bond with Cero is or Duck is also added to the group check. I think.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah, that sounds
I-
right. I believe.
Yeah, so I think we've passed 12 at this point.
Because with the 11 and 13, that would be 11.
And I
And-
assume somebody has a 3 bond with you, so
Yeah, I do.
I only have bonds of 2 of each of the group. I
I don't
haven't.
know which way it goes, but either way, it should be enough because we'd either be at 13 or
Yeah,
14.
we would only
so,
need 1 point if it's a 12.
Yeah.
Does that work, TT?
That does in fact work. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Pretty sure that's how group
So-
checks work.
You swim as fast as you can, and for an hour or so, you fear that you will not make it. But eventually, you do see the Tarrasque, looming ahead, and you do manage, with the help of your salamandral mounts, to duck under the water so it does not see you, and swim beneath it, and then arrive up, several hundred feet away out of its eyesight. And make it to the shore. The problem is when you look back, you don't have a whole lot of time. Plus side, the castle is already mobilizing because they have seen the Tarrasque coming as well. There are 6 ballistas mounted on the towers of Castle Brush. And here is our fun mechanic for the siege of Castle Brush. There. So, the castle has 6 ballistas. They can each do 25 damage to the Tarrasque per turn, but they need to be manned to do so, and it will take 2 turns to reload firing. Don't worry, the Tarrasque is essentially a kaiju, and while it can be damaged, it will not likely be killed by these. The Tarrasque will move
like
to
I don't worry.
but the Tarrasque will move to the ballista that last fired upon it and smack that ballista for 25 HP. Each ballista has 50 HP total, which means 2 hits and it's broken. If a player character is manning the ballista, they can initiate a fight against the Tarrasque and possibly fend it off without letting it harm the ballista. Only the player character that's there can do so, however. Or characters, because each ballista needs to be manned by at least 2 people. They're pretty fucking big. The Tarrasque can only move to 1 new ballista each turn, i.e. if it wants to move from Ballista 1, it can go to either Ballista 2 or Ballista 6, because they're right next to 1. But it would have to take 2 turns to get to 3 or 5, and 3 turns to get to 4. So if it's at Ballista 1 and it's shot by Ballista 4, it's going to take it 3 turns to get to its target, provided none of the others hit it. Each time a ballista fires, it takes 2 turns for it to be able to reload, because crossbows are a pain in the ass to reload, and gigantic ones even more so. If a ballista is destroyed, it cannot be repaired during the battle. If a NPC is on a ballista that is destroyed, they are killed. And that is important because while you have 6 wonderful soldiers, that is not enough even with you to man every ballista, which is why the Duchess is coming with you, doing her duty to lead the battle as the reigning noble of this castle. This is the first stage of the Siege of Castle Broche. There are multiple endings for how this will turn out, depending on whether or not you achieve my secret goals. But I will say this. If all the ballistas are destroyed, the Tarrasque will destroy the castle. And you probably want the Duchess, who has authority over a large army that could defend the country, alive when this is over. All that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I got a really stupid idea.
So,
Go on.
It will only attack the ballista that just shot at it.
Yes.
Why don't we man 3 and 5, shoot it with 3 first, and then as it's lumbering over to 3, shoot it in the ass with 5.
Just keep it locked in a pattern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ping-ponging back and forth.
I
not a bad
cannot
idea.
do that. I will trust you.
That is only my idea. If anybody has any other ideas, do tell me.
Oh, there's one more thing I gotta say mechanically. There'd have to be at least 2 people by a ballista to fire it and to reload it. You guys also can only move from one ballista to another per turn. So if you're at 6 and you want to move to Ballista 4, it's going to take you 2 turns to get to Ballista 4. Theoretically, you could all sit at 1 ballista or split between 2 or whatever. You can divide this however you want. You can leave some ballistas unmanned and in reserve, in which case they will not drop a Tarrasque Ire until it has destroyed the ballistas that attacked it recently. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Namely because one of the ways you can save the ballista is if you all fight the Tarrasque, but if you only have 1 player character there, that's not going to go well.
Yeah, so does anybody else have any ideas before we start doing this?
What do you guys think we should prepare an opportunity to use the Tarrasque repellent?
Yeah, I think if it gets too close, like if we have it, if it's going towards 5 and it's at 6, maybe we drop the repellent to like make it back up?
I
Like,
will say that's doable, but it will take in-game actions.
okay.
All right.
And then, if there's ever an opportunity to throw the Tarask piss off bullshit at the wizard,
The snail slime.
yeah, let's see if we can take
Mhm.
it.
All right.
Otherwise, does that sound like a good idea to everybody?
Yeah.
I think so.
Who wants to go where?
Flavian will station at 5.
I'll start at 3. Just in case it does get here, I think I might be able to take a hit from it.
Which one is the Duchess going to?
You get to place her.
Okay, because the idea I'm having is have Moncher be near the Duchess. That way, worst comes to worst, he can grab her and GTFO.
That makes sense.
Heroic.
I'm thinking Flavian, Moncher, and the Duchess at one, and then Duck, Grugan, and I at the other. Keep them between the two.
Okay.
And
Alright.
any of these soldiers that we want to take with. Wanna
So
split 'em
where
up?
should Duck go?
It depends. Do you want to be with me or do you want to be with Flavian and Moncher?
So it's already 2 there. I'll go with you.
And then Art, do you want to be? You wanted to have 3 here or? Uh-oh.
You sound far off.
I am going to 3.
Okay.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
And should we split these 6 up like 3 in one and 3 in the other, or have more over here, or more over here with the Duchess? What does everybody think?
I mean, we probably could put some of them at 1. You just kind of look at the spacing of it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely necessary. They could take a shot at it.
And more ballistas means more damage to it.
Yeah.
Should we
Works
put
for
a
me.
pair at 4? Because if it's bouncing between 3 and 5, 4 could just keep taking pot shots at it, as long as it's bouncing between 1 and 2.
Seems like a good idea.
Okay, so which soldiers do you want where? Like, how
2
many do
at
you want
4?
at 2 at 4?
2 at 1,
2 at 1.
and the other 2 put them with the Duchess just in case. I think.
Put him with the Duchess just in case.
Okay.
Is that a good idea for everybody?
Yeah, because
I'm wondering
Then
if in an absolute emergency, if we want them each to like one of them on 6 and one of them on 2, so that it's like easy to shift over and fire from that one if absolutely needed.
That's a fair idea too.
Mm-hmm.
if Monsieur does need to fly off somewhere to drop a barrel, that would still leave the Duchess and Flavian and maybe even a soldier there to step in. I'm just making the assumption that we're going to have Monsieur doing bombing runs.
kind of. Now, I'm doubting it, but DM, what would happen if we dip the ballista in the snail slime? Would that have any effect on the Tarrasque?
It would make it really wanted to kill that particular ballista.
Okay.
What if we dipped it in the Tarrasque repellent? Would that keep it away?
It would make the
Biting
Tarrasque really unhappy because it'd be like being shot with an arrow that also smells distinctly of skunk piss. But I don't think it would change the situation that much, other than just the Tarrasque would be especially grumpy.
Okay.
More committed to the cause, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So don't dip the ballista in anything, because it'll just go for a beeline. Okay.
Like, I don't know, if someone, like, dipped their arrows in piss and shot me, and, like, I was dealing with an arrow stuck on my arm, and I went, is that piss? I'd be pretty pissed off.
That is fair. I mean,
Sniper Team Fortress 2.
What is that? Is that piss? Why? Okay, now I'm gonna kill you. You're a fucking asshole.
That's legitimate strategy in Team Fortress 2. with the sniper.
Girardi.
And the bow and arrow.
okay. Well,
Uh,
still good to know.
Yeah.
okay. Any last planning you want to do?
Not that I can think of, aside for let's piss on this Tarrasque.
Do not
No,
piss on
no.
the Tarrasque.
We're gonna drop our
Wow,
super
this is
laser
really
piss.
pissing me off. All right. Well then.
By the way, which Godzilla song was that? Was that from -1?
That was
That
actually
was,
Decisive Battle from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
It's the
Interesting.
yeah. That's why I said get in the ballista, Shinji.
Where's my Dragonator? All right, we're gonna start. First things first, I gotta roll a d6. 2. So the Tarrasque is going to start here, and if it is not hit, it is going to attack this ballista.
We
But
have 4 shoot. Oh, sorry. Go on.
you guys get your turn first. To fire ballista, 2 of you or 1 of you and an NPC must work together.
So could we have 4 fire first?
Absolutely.
And then it would have to lumber over here, and then we could shoot it with 3.
All right.
Makes
Um,
sense.
Yeah,
The-
or if it
the
starts
soldiers-
going towards 3, we could have 5 take a shot at it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if it tries to go around the back.
The soldiers at 4 line up their shot, and they strike a hit. I gotta modify his HP.
I think Bruggen and Duck
Okay.
being on one together makes sense because Bruggen can manhandle it around while Duck aims.
All right. So the Tarrasque is hit, and its eyes are on 4.
All right, Ert's with us too.
Yep.
Works with us, yeah, technically.
He's doing
Yeah, where
that
should I-
Crazy Fat Soldier Boy Shinji move.
Is Art on? Where'd you say Art was?
With me,
3.
Duck.
Okay, on 3. All right. All right. Anyone else doing anything this round?
Not yet.
Yeah. Gonna wait and see what happens.
Unless 5 wants to take a shot because it's already going that way.
Wouldn't that direct its attention right at us?
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys already said no one's going. So the Tarrasque takes this round to move to position number 3, heading towards 4.
It's walking right past us.
Okay. So I guess maybe 5 should shoot it.
Yeah, so it can just go from 3 to 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Okay.
see if a spell? It's not going to be a damaging spell. It's more of a debuff. Do you think that would draw its attention?
I don't know.
Because I have a spell that would make the next hit it gets hit with very powerful.
That might be something to test when it's not standing right here.
It's just I don't know if it's going to be close enough. But there's not like a range to it,
Yeah,
so
there's no range for this.
Yeah, we're not in D&D. We don't give a fuck about ranges here.
okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
wait for it to go to like the next one over before hitting it.
So 5 should take a shot.
It's like you see Duck like lifting up the book like she's getting ready to cast it as it's just walking by and just Grugan and Art both reach over. It's like, no, wait.
What are we doing to take a shot?
All right, so the Tarask is heading towards 4
What's that?
currently.
Do we just say we're taking a shot, or do we have to roll for it?
Yeah, so what's 5
Yeah.
do to take a shot? What do we do over there?
Yeah.
All right, so you want 5 to take a shot. You just say it takes a shot, in which case, and we're having 5 do it,
Yes.
just to be absolutely sure. The Tarask is now putting its attention on 5. 5, you can reload in 2 turns. 4 has begun the process of reloading, so they have to wait 1 more before they can fire again.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do this round?
Just waiting.
Just waiting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, then the Tarask moves once again.
Does it hurt its feet stepping on all those brambles?
No, it just clears it. It's got big armored stompies.
So that's actually doing the castle a favor.
Yeah, one could say.
You want to try your spell?
Yeah, so that maybe one can take a shot at it.
Yeah.
Because I have anomaly.
Each of your target.
Oh wait, absorb or immune. Never mind. This won't be helpful.
It's a shame. That was a very clever use to make it doubly weak. Maybe look at your abilities, everybody, and see if there's other ways you could possibly do that.
A quick
Now,
question.
I do
for-
have a different spell that would just hurt it.
While you look at that, what do you got for me, Shady?
Would slow work on the Tarask? Make it take like 4 turns or whatever to get to in
Oh, 'cause-
between ballistas.
I'm
Like
gonna
a double at the
say no.
Okay.
Just because it's so goddamn big, and we're already kind of ignoring that like some of these gaps are much shorter than the others. Okay, so
I didn't mean to click the damage rolling one, but
so Omega, you invoke Doom on your foe, turning strength to frailty, loses the amount of HP equal to. That would be the same as a ballista target,
okay.
so it would draw it to you.
Oh, that's not a good thing then. Shit.
Yeah, I don't have anything that would make it more vulnerable unless I could hit it in the ass with a breach as it's passing by, but I don't think that would do anything.
Yeah.
You knock off its
I
shell.
was wasting time.
No, you're fine. I like it that you're making this even more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Breach
to
knocks.
encourage experimentation.
Breach knocks off the Tarask's shell, underneath is like the cartoon boxers and undershirt.
No, the shell falls off and it reveals the wings.
Okay, question remains: Are we hitting it with anything this round, or are we letting it get to 5 next round?
Yeah, one has to take a shot at it.
All right. One takes their shot.
And if it goes towards
Hits.
5 next, we'll put the shot at 3, right?
Yep. It's going to just keep going in the circle it's going, just because it's the same distance either way.
So 5 has now started reloading. 4 is reloaded at this point.
Yep, 4 is reloaded.
And 3's
Okay.
ready to take a shot.
Yep.
Yep.
Should we wait to shoot at it until it gets like around this way? So it'll
Well, if
just
it's on
keep going back
6,
around?
it'll... Yeah, if it goes to 6, it'll have to move the same amount of turns no matter which way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, if 3 is taking a shot at, you can crowd. Well, no, wait. Yeah, you can use Omega at the same time because Art and Rugen can take the shot while Duck
Oh, yeah,
uses
that's
Omega.
true.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
If you don't mind us getting 2 shots, technically 2 shots of 1 turn.
I mean, there's 3 of you, so I'll allow it.
Right? And I
So have 1 fire off now, or...
one already shot it.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
why I
so
took
it's
that
going to head to 1 until it's hit by something else.
Okay.
So you want to wait till it gets to 6 to do the firing, you're saying?
Yeah. Because then I would have to move 2 spaces,
Smart.
3
All
spaces
right.
to get to this.
Now
So it moves to 6. It's your round. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do Omega first, or
Oh, should I re-roll it?
Yes, please.
It's not as good that time. I'm gonna re-roll that 1.
oh yeah.
Oh.
Very nice.
A
That
14.
hits. All right. So takes a nasty hit, and you see this creature looks fucking pissed at you. And then your friends fire the crossbow, the ballista.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It is pissed. It is very pissed at ballista number 3.
Oh.
That was the plan, so
We don't see Barbara yet, right?
You don't. Wherever he is hidden well from view.
we're just gonna kite this thing around until something happens. Cat, can you stop wiggling on my lap? Go away then. Shoot. You can't do a gymnast routine on my lap.
Oh, should we have 4 shoot it now? That it's at 1?
Should we wait till it's at 2 so it has farther to go?
Well, no, see,
no,
yeah.
it still has
1
to
is
move
the
same
farthest
amount
possible
either
way to
way.
go.
Oh yeah, that's true. It does have the ability to go around all the way. I keep forgetting that it can do that. Yeah, 4 should shoot it now.
All right. 4 does so. Oh, you guys are playing this
We
very
start
smart. It makes me
reloading.
happy.
Wait. Okay.
What up?
I'm just concerned. Well, then. Because 1's already gotten a turn to recharge. Okay, it's fine. Never mind.
Okay, cool.
All right. The crossbow fires. And the Trask once again begins moving direction. Except it stops as it begins lumbering towards 4 and looks back at 3.
I think I pissed
and
it off, guys.
continues towards 2. It might need more convincing to lay off of 3.
Oh boy.
Well, if 5 shoots it, we would be reloaded by the time it gets to 6.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah. So,
5 takes fire.
yep. Let's fucking go!
Because I think we reloaded. We would be reloaded
You know,
this turn or next.
if one of you also got off a shot, it might ensure that it wants to fuck up 5.
Well, that is the Duchess.
Or the Duchess could be firing the crossbow, and Flavian can do his one free ability thing. Free shot.
Yeah, the high speed.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain is jelly
My speed
today.
wouldn't work here, but okay. So I know what I'm gonna do. Indian's gonna conjure up a potion. Well, you guys take the crossbow shot.
Mm-hmm.
This idea. Potion time. And I just gotta. What can I do?
If it's an explosive potion, stick it to the end of the ballista.
Maybe the idea. I just want to double check how far advanced am I? Am I at superior? Okay. So I can pay 5 IP for this. Five IP to roll 4d20.
Would Monsieur be able to fly across and hit us with the repellent barrel?
I'm gonna say no because again, yet to move, you have to take a certain number of rounds.
Oh yeah.
Is that how much damage you do?
No.
That'd be bananas.
That would be so fucking bananas.
I have to look at the chart to figure out what exactly I want to do for an effect here. Mostly got stuff to heal, which is not what I want to do. So I'm gonna use the 11 for the effect on the creature, and then 18. Oh, there's only one enemy present on the scene, but so I'm using the 18, which means the potion affects every enemy present on the scene, but that's only the Trask, and then the 11, which means. Oh, wait, nope, never mind. Stop that. I'm just gonna pick the 30. I mean, the any option. And the Trask takes 20 poison damage.
Let me look at his sheet. Okay. And then the crossbow hits him? The ballista? Okay. God damn. The Trask howls in fury, locks its golden eyes on you, and moves towards 5.
Crap.
It looks pissed off, and it looks pissed off at you specifically, Flavian.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
We had 3 could do the ballista and omega combo again.
Yeah, we could. Actually.
Yeah, this isn't very good.
I still have enough MP to do it 2 more times.
Should we wait until it gets to 6 again?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
It's
Right.
4 wouldn't be reloaded yet.
Alright, so you wait
Well,
till
it might
it
be
gets...
once it gets to 6.
Alright, so if you have no further things you're doing this turn, if you're just waiting and reloading, it's going to move to 6. Flavian, you can see fire beginning to build at the corners of its mouth, the Duchess puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Remain firm." As the two soldiers, point their crossbow, getting ready. It's the next turn. What do you guys do?
3 is shooting it again.
Oh yeah, another
Okay.
14.
The crossbow fires along of Duck's spell. And the Tarask howls out one more time, allowing you to officially defeat stage 1 of this siege.
Oh boy.
But in its fury, as it has these giant bolts sticking out, mainly of its arms, one in its shell, one currently gushing poison, and the limb that was hit by that is seized up a little. Vitarask howls in fury and begins pounding at the gate to the interior of the castle. It needs to be confronted, gang.
Oh boy.
Throw the
I
barrel.
can move to the map. So, part 2. It's time to fight the Tarask. Roll initiative.
Monster Zero March.
That's what it was last time too.
Yep.
There it is.
By Neil Norman and his Cosmic Orchestra.
Duck's like, gotta go fast.
Oh, well, you won the initiative roll, so you're good. Alright, you won the initiative roll, so you guys get to lead the combat against truly enormous Tarask. I was gonna move us to the foot battle map, but we'll just stay here because I hate moving maps now in Roll20. Thanks, Roll20. Thanks for making that significantly worse.
You're welcome.
That simple functionality.
Did I do my little thing first, or what?
Let me just double check really quick. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 10 NP. I believe so. Let me check something real quick. Actually, no. I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure it's in my moveset, but this sheet on mobile is interesting. I have taken Queen's Gambit, so it allows me to activate this ability. I don't have to pay anything. I perform a free attack. See if it hits. So let's see.
That is
What?
a weird roll that you're doing.
Yeah. If someone would do that for me instead, please, I would appreciate it.
It's gonna have to be TT.
Yes,
Yeah.
TT, not mind.
Oh, yeah. So you want me to roll a what?
Just roll an attack with that. The basic attack. And
Like your spear?
yeah, with my spear.
Oh, it doesn't hit.
That's fine. Because it's during a conflict, you may use an action to perform a free attack. So I do that. My high roll would count as 0, but because I've procced that, I can have immediately one of my other skills go off, such as let's say, everybody's favorite charging cavalry, so I'll pay 10 MP. And, hey, Grugan, would you like to attack right now?
Yeah, I'll attack him.
With a free attack, which would mean the high roll is 0 for it for damage-wise, but you get a bonus of whatever my rank in skill is that, which I believe is 3 right now.
So plus 3 to that. Then.
Yes.
So 15 to hit that.
That will hit.
Yep.
Does this count as a beast?
Yes.
And then because that procs, everybody's favorite ability, Crushing Chariot, goes off. So somebody who hasn't taken a turn this round gets to go immediately after me. Let's give Mon Cher a little bit of time to shine.
Okay. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
The aforementioned piss arrow metaphor, it'd be the same thing here. If I threw the Tarsk Be Gone, or the Snail Slime rather, it would be like, nah, fuck you in particular. You pissed on me. You fucked my wife. I'm gonna piss
Likely
on
yes. Yeah. Maybe if it was in Crisis, it might be like, oh, fuck this skunk, I'm out. But it's not right now, so it would probably be like, oh, fuck you, you want to piss on me, you little bitch?
Okay, just wanted
I'll
to be
kill
sure.
your entire family.
You just threw the clone of my hated enemy at me. Fuck you.
Alright, time to try and hit it.
You wanna re-roll that 2 and then 4?
Yeah, I'll re-roll the whole thing with a fabula point.
Yeah, let's do that. There we go. That's better. That hits.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna flavor as Mon Cher flies up to the nose and gives it a little bop bop.
Nice.
Oop, on the nose.
You don't like that. 15. Okay. It really didn't like that, so it's going to. It's gonna Furnace Belch, yeah. Nope, that should have been 12. There we go.
Oh.
Well, it breathes fire on you. Mon Cher does 15 hit?
Magical defense, right?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay. You take 29 fire damage.
Do you get items that like absorb fire or ice?
I think they were offered at the very least.
Let me see my equipment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they should be your accessory, right? Because we picked them up in the town we did the battling with. Because we talked about stealing them, and Art was just like, here, let me just buy them, because I can buy them, no problem.
I have the part. It grants resistance to magic attacks performed by serpents.
It's part serpent, that counts.
Okay. So that'd be divided by half then?
Yeah.
Okay. Calculator, go. Poor Gears is not having a good time.
Well, that's
Are the,
most battle terrain,
ballistas-
Dearest. This is just you guys at this point. That's for this stage of the battle. You know, it's a JRPG. You had your castle siege. Now it's time to take matters into your own hands, no matter how little logic that makes.
Then can I try something?
Yes.
I haven't been able to, although I don't
Yes.
know how this is gonna work. Wait, hold on. There it is. I actually have it. Soul
This
Thievery.
is against magic defense. Okay. All right. Oh, what would be most fun?
Music box playing this song.
You get a one of the scuts of its shell. And I'm supposed to put this in the loot box.
For a second, I thought you posting the Emperor with the Oreos was what you were. Is what I. Oh
You get the
damn!
Press Shield, which gives you +5 defense, +2 magic defense, and makes you resistant to physical, wind, ice, bolt, and poison, and immune to fire and earth.
Hey, man, share.
Yeah?
You get an upgrade after the fight
Oh, fuck yeah.
because I think you're the one who uses shields.
Good, good.
All right.
That was next turn.
Okay.
After hitting it with 2 Omega, she doesn't want to draw its attention.
All right. Does 21 hit all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Take 20 physical damage.
Ow.
As it steps on you. It gives you a big old stompy.
Am I the only one left to go?
I have to go to the attack I made was a free attack because of
Bullshit.
bullshit.
Beautiful
Commander
class
stuff.
bullshit.
So if you want to go first, that's fine.
Flavian's gonna use his potions again. This time.
Appropriate as the laser beam sound effects are going.
Okay. We all got hurt. I'm going to use the potion to inflict 35, because I forgot that I had an ability that boosted the potency of potions. Poison damage, or I'm sorry, 25 poison damage to the Tarrasque.
Nice. He doesn't like that at all. All right. It rears its head back, and
Wow.
Yay!
does 7 hit anybody?
No.
Nope.
Well, it tries to breathe out fire, and just a little squirt comes out. The Tarrasque looks somewhat embarrassed.
It hiccuped. Let's see.
Oh, it sneezed from when Moncher booped it.
So I'm going to do this. And because I have the heroic skill that does this, I'm gonna hit this fucker twice.
Damn.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, Grugan. And
And it is a beat, so it's like an extra 5 each.
so extra 5 each. And an extra 5 just for being the multi-attack.
Fuck. Fuck. Damn.
Just do max damage for each hit, Grugan. Why not?
Woo.
Grugans are
Jeez.
juggernaut, jeez.
Right.
God.
Holy fuck. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, that's 30 damage.
God damn. The Trask locks eyes with Grugan because that fucking hurt.
That was 60 damage.
And for its
That was
last turn of the round,
70.
Grugan does 21 hit your magic defense.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Alright, well that's 34 fire damage to you.
Okay. Minus 34. I am in crisis.
Excellent. Back to the top of the round.
Okay. So I say, do you want me to just do my thing again?
Yeah, do your thing again.
Okay, so I'm going to do a free attack, if you don't mind rolling that for me.
I do not. That's so close to hitting.
I'm going to invoke Bond with Grugan, because Grugan and I are now war buddies.
And
we
that
know
hits.
each other on the battlefield. So that will do just the damage without the high roll attached to it. But
Alright.
I'm a good amount, another 10. And we're going to invoke the chair thing so that Grugan can attack to tie in with the calling on the bond. Because I like that kind of a thing.
It is
Yeah, it's nice.
So, 1 hit.
That hits.
I don't think I can do any, like, fancy shit. I can just attack once, right?
Mm-hmm.
That ally may immediately perform a free attack with a weapon they have equipped. They gain a bonus equal to the skill level, which I believe my skill level is, I believe 3.
Yeah, I
I'll roll
got a 19, so...
So it's to be the high roll 0 when calculating damage, but because it's the start of the round, Crushing Chariot kicks in. So you can go on your turn and hit him again a couple more times if you want to.
I was going to spend...
We're gonna have fun.
You want to do Moncher instead? Because I was going to spend a turn to drink a potion.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Because I'm, like, at 21 hit points.
God.
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
had more
we'll
than
have
you.
Moncher go.
Barely. Unsure.
Roll with the hit.
You can do any kind of attack you want, because you go on, it's your turn.
Okay, gonna do the old double wing hit.
That hits. Okay, so 15. Woo, doggy. All right. Frass really don't like that. Doesn't like that at all. Yeah. Come on, buddy. Does 12 hit anyone's magic defense?
Yes.
Defense.
Yes.
Yeah, by 1.
Okay.
It.
Then you take
It matches?
19 fire damage.
What does it happen when it
19 fire
matches?
It hits.
Okay, then 19.
Hello, Crisis.
Yep.
Can I go?
Not looking so good.
Can I go because I need to take a potion because I'm at 2 hit points.
Oh, before you try, there's a chance if I roll really lucky that I could have Flavian heal everybody, but it's gonna be kind of a very chancy roll.
Yeah, if you don't roll well, I'm going to be knocked out.
To be fair, I'll be knocked out in the next hit too, so
Yeah, I have 6 HP.
I have 12.
Oh, I gave you guys a challenging fight. I feel so proud.
Like,
Who's... You going, Grugan?
Which of us is gonna go?
Rock, paper, scissors for it.
Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
what do you guys? Do you want to rely on luck, or do you want to? Want me to drink a potion?
We're missing Charles a lot this session.
Yeah.
Me too. I just looking at my defenses and it's just like, I miss Charles.
I miss Charles. I miss him a lot. I'll be back.
We're probably gonna need your offense more than anything else, so I think you can go ahead and take the potion, and then hopefully Flavian can make it to try to heal everybody on
Yeah,
the
as long as
offense.
it doesn't do a group stomp, we might be able
Yeah.
to survive.
Famous last words.
Is,
Right.
Is that good with everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take that remedy.
Okay. Okay. Mon cher,
Yes.
does 23 hit your magic defense?
Yes.
Alright. You take 34 fire damage.
Jesus.
Alright, let me do some math.
And you have the
Okay.
resistance of 17?
Yep, it's 17.
Wanna go, wanna try Flavian now?
Okay. Yeah.
Hey.
So I get to act twice because of
Wonderful class bullshit.
my potion making counts as an item, so I'm going to do that. And
Medkit.
I need to double check how much IP I have left. Wait, I didn't subtract from last time. Okay. Well, I only have 3 left, so I can only do my basic potion ability. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, okay, perfect. Good enough. Okay, the 12 roll lets me affect myself and every ally on the scene, and then I'm gonna just not use the 1 and instead any option to heal all of us for 35 HP.
Woo!
Yippee!
So everyone
Almost
heals
close to
35 HP. It
It worked.
Nice.
Mazel tov.
And then I get another turn too, because of that emergency item thing. So
You say 35?
35. Yep.
I'm almost to full.
Then give it a
That's because
shot.
I'm
Give
very
this
squishy.
armor a test run.
Ooh. Oh, fuck, that's good. So.
If you,
All right.
if you re-roll that one, you might be able to get a crit if you're lucky.
I already hit, right?
You hit, and you did a good amount of damage with that.
Okay.
Yeah, just spending the fat point would have been like crit fishing.
The monster staggers back, clutching at its ears, which are actually two small holes in its head, hidden by those big flappy fins, which are called ears by some, but are actually more akin to display structures. Little dragon biology for those of you who love Midgehheim. Oh, that would be so mean, but it would also be very funny.
Oh no.
And it got deafened, so we decreased its die size just a little bit.
That is true. That is true. Oh, it'd be so mean, no. Alright, well.
Uh-oh.
It does one more stomp.
Good thing for that heal.
Does 26 hit at everybody? Defense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah,
That would have hit
yeah.
Charles.
21 damage.
Back into crisis.
Ooh, I'm actually one above crisis.
Of two under.
Sorry, I zoned out a little bit. We didn't get any group healing, did we?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Okay, how much?
35 HP.
Okay, so
Alien's potions came in clutch.
okay,
Oh,
yes, because that would have been worse otherwise. That'd have been like,
oh, wait, that's DM or storyteller.
Yes?
I'm gonna guess that the whatever compulsion that is controlling this thing, it's longer than a duration of scene, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I won't attempt that. So for my, because I think I'm the last one to go.
I think so.
Yeah, since I saw it worked previously. Does it hear
Okay.
the honking? The dreadful honking.
The Trask gives one last pitiful roar as your spell strikes it, and you can see the dark energy sort of spread through its body and concentrate on that wound in its arm, and the massive creature falls over onto that side of its body, clutching its wounded limb, and collapses onto the ground, too exhausted from the struggle to continue.
Now I feel bad.
Congrats, you have defeated the Tarask. And then a lot of shit happens. Barbrant emerges from a veil of invisibility and shouts, "No! No! Do not worry, my beautiful creation! I shall create a better version of you, and we shall finish your and then he disappears in a poof of purple smoke. As he does, the soldiers mounting the ballistas take aim at the Tarrasque to finish it off. But Martha breaks out from the gates of the city and runs to the creature, and in full kaiju movie child protagonist style, throws out her arms as if that will do fucking anything. And the Duchess raises a hand. Hold! And the ballistas hold. You have a heavily wounded, exhausted, subdued for the time Tarrasque lying on the beach. You have a castle which has survived a siege. And you completed all my secret goals.
What were they?
Yay for you! The three secret goals. Number 1, save all ballistas. Number 2, save Duchess Marion Bluche. And goal number 3, defeat the Tarrasque in battle 3 times, which in this case I'm counting it in that you guys attacked it in addition to the ballistas twice. And I'm counting those as defeats. Not defeats necessarily, but like you did more damage than I initially calculated was possible because I didn't think about you guys just attacking it straight up while you were from the ballista. But then looking at the rules, like, there's no reason that can't work. So I included that as doing extra damage during this to ensure that it was too exhausted to keep fighting by the end. And because of that, the Tarrasque does not die in this moment as it would in the folktale. It is instead spared, at least for the time being. So again. You did it!
Yay.
All right. You have saved the castle. The Duchess comes down to greet you along with several soldiers. Not just the people who work the ballista, but the ground troops as well. They come out with ropes and begin sort of binding the creature to make sure that it's as restrained as a monster of this size could possibly be, which is to say, probably not very. And Martha pets its giant liony head and says, "It's just hungry, that's the only problem." Meanwhile, the Duchess approaches all of you and heaves a great big sigh and says, "Oh, well, you arrived just in the nick of time."
Well, it broke our boat as we were leaving, so we knew what was happening.
I was wondering why you were on giant newts, but there wasn't time to question that.
He's gonna nod and like lean in and go, "You do have neighbors on the island. They mostly just want to be left alone, but they did offer help."
Well, then we offer them our gratitude. Did you tell them about the conditions in Francaine right now? How they may not be safe on their isolated area?
We did.
We did. They want something in writing before they agree to come over and help out here. I believe I've heard it. Shell shock runs deep in the old ones.
They were the elders of the settlement. Many of them are too young to remember this, obviously, but they were paid. They were under the service of in the service of the Duck, who has still got one. She hasn't put her glamour back on. Maybe she's too stomped on to like even think about it for the moment. She gestures to the brambles around the castle. She goes, "They were related. They served the Unseelie that did all that, and they're worried about generational revenge."
Marion thinks about that and then laughs. The Winter Prince has been dead for hundreds of years. I see no point in holding that grudge. I will draft an official invitation for them to come seek shelter of us should they desire it.
Yes.
And
Also, we do
offer
need
them
to return
compensation for aiding us in our time of need.
And in
Which-
fact, we were on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
Oh no, you're
we
fine.
were, in fact, on our way. We were heading back to our boat, to the boat, to return with a precaution that they had given us: barrels of a concoction that will actually repel it if applied around a certain territory. That's how they've kept their homes safe from it, despite sharing the island. And they were willing to share. They'd send us 10 barrels of this stuff to help protect. But the Barbara kind of beat us to it.
She thinks of that and nods, and she's like, we could spread it around the castle, and if they could produce more, we could have our ships carry it so that way it doesn't attack them. That way it could continue hunting in this territory without interfering with our business.
Probably something they'd be amenable to. They don't know how long their supply will last, but I'm sure they'd be happy to provide what they can, especially if they're going to be moving in.
And in the meantime, as you can see, and he's also not glamour, and he's gonna gesture at the little girl petting the monster. It is possible to make it unaggressive in other ways.
Martha nods, realizing that she's sort of being included in the conversation, and she says, it just needs to eat. It's so big, and it needs so much food. The Duchess looks thoughtfully. It may be hard to provide enough game to keep it satisfied, but we are blessed with a number of hunters' guilds. We could put out some messages, see if we could find some people who could bring down enough wild game to keep it sated.
And
If we could turn it on the branch.
And sorry,
No, that was the end of that sentence.
that goes. And we do know it's gotta glance at the others. It's like sibling. It likes to hunt. Maybe if it knows it's helping feed its brother, sister, sibling, might be able to help out.
And plus, that sibling would probably be a good way to establish a more positive connection with it, especially since
True.
it probably needs a new one given its father, air quotes, fled.
Blatantly told that he was gonna make a better one, which isn't anything any child wants to hear from their parents.
Mhm.
You're kind of a dick, Barbaran.
Martha frowns and says, I want to give him a piece of my mind. Excuse me, little girl? I want to go to that wizard and tell him that this isn't right. That's not how you treat a pet. The Duchess looks at her and thinks. And then she looks at you and she says, I might already be asking too much, but do you think you could help her carry that message?
We were heading in that general direction.
Mhm.
We'll be going there eventually.
It's possible a child might be able to get through to him. At the very least, that feels like the sort of thing that a lot of history actually really verifies is quite useful. The number of times evil wizards have been talked down by children is oddly high.
It really is. Sometimes you just have to be confronted by somebody who has no stake in anything except being nice to each other Do you really realize that you're just being kind of a jerk?
Martha, if your mother approves of it, I will be fully willing to stock your journey to Barbrant to give him a piece of your mind. Provided these 5 will escort you on it. And there you go, new subquest unlocked.
Bring Martha to Barbarant so she can yell at him.
So is she just going to be hanging out in the cart?
Yeah, she's gonna hang out in the cart until we get to Barbarant's fortress so she can yell at him.
We're bringing
And
the
make him feel
shame child.
Oh god, it's like Yenna joining the camp.
I mean, it's like there are so many folk tales where that is basically how shit goes. So, like, historically in Midgheim, yeah, that would be a valid diplomacy strategy.
Deploy the shame child.
Deploy
Find
the
me the
unusually tenacious and mouthy child.
Find me the most opinionated child in the land.
I really love this, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Where's her icon? No, that is a must for me to actually line that.
Yeah, I'll make sure. But I've posted them before, but I'll post the 2 big NPCs for Castle Castle Broche.
I got her.
Again. There we are. Just in case.
Also, Deck feeling a little bit of guilt for hitting it with so many curses. And the final one, it's like she was worried the arm was going to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes over, she doesn't... Huh?
It is thankfully made of sterner stuff.
Yeah. So, Deck, she doesn't have any healing capability beyond potions, but she's going to hand Mark the remainder of, because I don't remember how many I've used, but I'm probably getting close to the end of it, but the rest of the Bork bites, because we can just go back to one of the village that we got it.
Yep.
Just,
Right.
just like hand it to her and be like, here, I really didn't want to hurt it, but we had us, like just kind of feeling guilty.
Martha nods. She's like, I know it's a monster, and it was gonna attack everybody, but it's also a living thing. And if we could find a way to live with it, that's better, right?
Yeah.
That's always the better way.
Oh, and once it's feeling a little bit better, I think you're gonna like the salamander horses we rode over. They're fun.
Yeah, they are on the beach, and a couple of the soldiers have been checking them out. Martha sees them and immediately runs to them as the Terrace's eyes close in and begins to nap.
Well, I'd say that went as well as it could have.
Mechanically, it really did.
Deck limping and bleeding. Yeah, he did okay. He's still in crisis.
Maybe in those
Yeah.
yours really came in clutch.
Yeah.
But I used all my supplies.
Well, and Deck will lead in and just, we're about to be financially compensated by royalty. Or by nobility. I think we'll be fine.
The Duchess is not too far. She says, we have a great deal of stocks of various materials, and you are welcome to take what you need to replenish what you and then some. We will throw a feast and celebration tonight as we prepare the castle for preventing future attacks of this nature. And then you may rest, and tomorrow we will talk from here. If this situation, I think, dealt with, I can probably commit my forces entirely to stopping this Goblin War.
Excellent.
You got the Duchess's help!
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh god, that was a really interesting battle, TG. Good job on that shit.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, I figured I wanted the big giant monster fight to feel mechanically distinct while still work with the system that we've got.
It was really good.
Yeah, so you are now officially in an interlude scene to roleplay some stuff, get some information out, decide where you want to go from here.
Quick BRB, real quick.
Do I not have a? Why don't I have a?
You know, if we get it's Martha, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get her one of the Begane skin cloaks. She'd be able to ride around with the Trask without having to worry about accidentally drowning.
During this interlude, do we have a chance to heal and everything?
Absolutely. Especially since you are staying at like literally a duchess's castle.
No cost for every recovery.
No cost. I'm not even gonna make you pay for the room. You guys just saved them from a giant fucking monster.
So, oh yeah. Oh, well, Shady's gone. That shield is really nice. I wish I had that shield on Charles. Although a lot of that was given once we got the Dragon Bone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, TT, what colors?
Add a bond of affection for Grugan, as Flavian is drunkenly saying to Grugan, "You know, we just took down an enormous beast. See George Garston II do that, huh? Huh?
I don't.
Oh, like us, like we're a real monster slaying team, you know? Well, I guess we don't kill, but you know what I mean, right?
We took it down before it took out a castle. I think you're doing much
Yeah.
better than anything that he could have done. He's also drunk.
Yeah. I don't think any of his dragons were like that big, nah. Yeah, forget about it. No way.
You saw it. That thing ate dragons.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what if it ate the dragon that was around here bothering people? Must have.
Well, it ate one dragon that was bothering people. And hey, he's drunk. He's trying to sit back up. He's you did really good in that fight.
Yeah. Thought I was gonna wet myself when that thing was looking at me with fire in its mouth.
I have a secret to tell you. Everybody was.
Oh.
That kind of fear never goes away. It's just that you have to keep pushing through and trying, and you've never stopped doing that as long as I've known you, so I think you're pretty brave.
And back.
Oh, really? Ah, nah. Forget about it. I'm just, you know me. I just keep telling myself there's a nice payday at the end of all this. That's what it's all about, right? Right?
He's gonna chuckle and go, yeah, Flavian, I think we're gonna get a good payday too, so. I'm also going to, because all of my other bonds are full with all of you people. So the last one is affection for Moncher because he was willing to risk his ass to get the Duchess away.
Oh. And in turn, let's see. I'm gonna get rid of the mistrust for Grugan and replace it with loyalty, because goddamn, the fucking damage Grugan did to that Tarask.
Yeah, I kind of startled myself.
It was like watching someone, like a lumberjack, go at a tree very aggressively.
Thank you, Grugan, for being scary.
I just realized that for Duck, she has 2 bonds for everyone in the group, but it's all admiration and loyalty. I just realized, and this might say something about Duck, but she hasn't done the affection bond for anybody yet.
Same with Moncher. Oh wait, no. Moncher has affection for Joanna.
That's fair.
Yeah, actually, I think I might add affection and complete it for Grugan because Duck and Grugan have been kind of teamed up the longest since they lived in the same village for a while. And yeah,
I'm going to add loyalty to Flavian because he did a really good job today. And he helped people out in the thick of it.
He really did. We would have been screwed if he hadn't had that potion come up.
yeah, and honestly, if Grugan had seniority, I guess, in terms of Duck friendship, that would have gotten the affection for Flavian.
God, that was a really good fight, guys.
Yeah.
You did well.
Also, it kind of fits that Duck was the one to think of, oh, I could just lob spells at it because, I did say Duck's, one of her roles in warfare back with the Unseelie Courts was, like, artillery, so... Major artillery.
Yeah, and Grugan's was just beating the shit out of things, so he did that too.
Yeah. Scarily, so...
Burgundy.
All right. Any other RPing you want to do in the wake of all this?
No.
I'm good.
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I think
so.
All right.
Duck might just take a...
Oh, sorry.
I was
Yes,
just going to say, Duck might take a look around the briars and just kind of curiously look at them. She didn't get drunk like everyone else. She doesn't
Right.
really drink excess. Bad things happen even before her bad luck when she got drunk.
It's fair. Something good to happen.
She just- Yeah, she was just curious
thinking.
about them because they're also another unseelie curse.
Yeah, they are. And like if you see the remnants of them, they are of the mortal world, but they have been enhanced by fairy magic. And specifically by a fairy curse, and even with the curse lifted, they remain. So But you see them, and as you're analyzing the briars, you see that they're actually sort of, in some places, holding up the walls of the castle, as if with the curse broken, they had nothing better to do, and so began to work for those they once victimized. That even a thing that was originally created as a tool of revenge and cruelty can choose to live in spite of the intentions of its creator.
Doug, once again, thinking back to the Wheel of Fortune tarot. And she'll just... She can't soul steal the briars, but she'll just see if there's like a sizable thorn or something she can break off.
Mm-hmm. There are
She's
several
not going to prick her
very
finger,
nice
but maybe she could use it to stab someone.
large thorns. And as you find one that's of a very suitable size, and place your hands on it to snap it.
Duck jumps.
You jump, and you notice, perched very unnaturally in a tree, is a jet black swan of a red beak and red eyes.
Duck narrows her eyes. Sorry, I'm trying to look up something.
Are you faring well, little duckling?
I really hoped I'd never see you again, Earl.
Earl? Your curse's name is Earl?
Title.
Title.
It's a title.
Okay, well,
That's
it's still
Not
fucking
anymore.
funny either way.
Why do you think Duck kept calling the Marquis Marcus? There's a reason she has a curse.
Earl.
You've found a new band of thieves, have you? Well, given the
Most of them would object to
saccharine
that.
display. Yes, given the saccharine display just now, I suppose you fancy yourselves heroes. An odd position for you, little duckling.
I mean, they might. Duck's
Have you
just-
told them what became of your last little merry band?
Nobody's asked.
Delightful. Yes, it'll be very fun for them to find out. But I am not here to gloat alone.
I was gonna say, is it so boring back home that you came all the way here to watch this?
No. The fact of the matter is that I have been told to make clear the terms of our current entanglement. It seems some have taken an interest in you after recent events. And so the game must be leveled slightly.
Duck perks up a bit. Well, go on.
It's actually quite simple. I'm surprised you haven't figured it out already. To remove your curse, you must simply a real failure. The item you had wished to steal must be stolen.
Yes.
The problem, of course, is that it no longer sits where it once was. So you're going to have to find out where it is. If you know anyone who's particularly gifted at finding powerful magical artifacts, I would get in touch with them. Should you manage to reclaim it, and I would bring your newfound friends, should they stay long enough to reach where it's hidden. You will need bodies for the meat grinder, as it were. But should you manage to claim it, your curse will be lifted, and there may be even with the limited range of facial expressions of a goose, you can see the contempt in the Earl's expression as he has to say this next part. A reward, a position available to you of prestige. Our little duckling may finally blossom into a beautiful swan.
Well, that is certainly a lot to chew on. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I did plan someday to come back and finish the job just out of spite, but this just gives me more incentive.
I'm sure it does. And I'm sure that watching you try to take it again will be very entertaining. Even if you do manage the impossible and succeed, the price that success may come with will be worth seeing you pay it.
You know, I was gonna warn you about landing on any red lakes, but you go ahead and have fun.
Well, and do be careful about. I hear the humans have decided to start purging your kind on this side of the fairy ring, so it'd be a shame if the treasure was hidden over here. And then the Black Swan gives one final honk and flies off.
Duck restrains herself from casting her nuke on it. Because that luck may kick in and redirect it towards the castle.
Alright. Also, you get a very powerful thorn. I'm going to put that in the loot box.
Duck has been collecting knives.
There are worse professions and hobbies to get into.
Like she has the oh, I forgot to look at the quill for from the hunting beast. We gotta have that. So, who wants to have a swan dinner sometime?
And me. I'm sure Rob
Never
would
seen-
have rated on that.
I mean, I've never had a swan before, but hey.
You've never heard of a swan?
No, I've never had swan before. I've never eaten it.
Oh.
But they're usually too pretty of birds and too mean to go after them. I'm fine with geese myself.
Yeah, it just tastes like goose. It's a lot easier just to get goose. We can domesticate gooses.
My wife and I used to raise a small flock of geese.
So, I know we were setting the interlude scene pretty far, but is Art up?
Oh yeah, no,
If you
Art
don't
is
mind.
like Art is probably stacked somewhere away from people, nursing a drink, just kind of like looking out at the stars, lost in his own thoughts.
Stashed in a closet.
Not stashed in the closet. He'd like to be outside.
Yeah.
I think he's
Right,
starting to
skeleton
find
in the closet.
inside a little too uncomfortable, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But, TT, if you don't mind us having
Not at
this
all.
little... Duck will walk in kind of fiddling with the briar thorn, and she goes to find Art. He goes, mind if I talk to you about something?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I have a seat right here, right next to this brick, looking out over the lake, and you got the moon, and there's pretty much no one else over here. So,
Duck will sit down, but she will scan around to see if there's anything flying around with dark feathers. Now she's getting paranoid. But he goes, so... I thought I'd probably talk to Grugan about this first, but he's in there snoring up a storm. I swore I saw some of the cutlery nearby, like, rattling on the table.
Probably.
I mean, that's quite possible.
So, I've kind of talked about how I used to be in unseelie military gear, but I didn't really elaborate too much.
You made a once or twice mention of it, yeah. Nothing you've kept too in depth, and I know better than to go poking into old war rooms. So,
Well, it seems that, the old war wound, as it were, where... So, actually, I guess it makes more sense I talk to you for this. I'm cursed. Like, legitimately, legally cursed. Lawfully binding in fairyland laws.
lawful binding of fairyland laws. Okay.
I have incredibly bad luck, if you haven't noticed.
I do notice every once in a while there's a weird noise and things go wrong when you're doing something, and I don't try to mention it because I didn't think it was normal, but I didn't know well enough to be like, oh, hey.
How I almost got Flavin eaten when I pulled the whole swarm of revenants on top of everyone. Or when I think the Tarask decided to come home early because it kicked in when we were snooping around its nest. Things like that. It's just bad things happen to me, and it is because I upset someone powerful. Well, so she kind of sighs. From the beginning, I was part of an unseelie court, and I was given a task with some of my friends that were also in the military. Our goal was to break into the manor of a rival lord and go for some powerful trinkets that I don't even remember exactly the full story of it. It was, in hindsight, it's pissing contest between nobility, and
Usually is.
Things went real bad. Like, bad that I was the only survivor and brought shame to, the shame of being caught. And so I ended up cursed by the person we were trying to steal from. And to make matters worse, when I returned home shamed and cursed, I was exiled.
That is a rough run of it, my friend.
Brought shame to my, the person I swore fealty to. And so I kind of drifted around a bit when I got here to Fontaine, and, long story short, after spending enough time in one place, it became apparent I was cursed and I would have to move on as people got hurt or worse around me. People I did care about, started to care about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then eventually I got to Skull Creek, and you know, things started to go from there. And you know, you're caught up basically. But she's been fiddling with the Briarthorn this whole time. She goes, "Well, I just got a bit of a confirmation that, well, from the curse placer himself, he decided to pay a visit. I don't know if you heard a honk recently, but
We're close enough to the ocean that I thought, it might have just been something up the lake, but it must have been something from over there. But
yeah, I mean, anytime I've heard a normal goose or a swan, I get jumpy. But yeah, they because of our involvement, and she kind of gestures back to the the banquet hall. You know, world current political events. I've drawn the attention of powerful things, possibly even my former leader, and came to say that if there is a chance that I might be, if I can complete the task that I was cursed for, leading the theft, the curse will be broken, but there will be prices to pay still. And from his taunting, he let me know that it is here in the mortal world.
mm-hmm.
And I'm a little worried by the sound of it that he may have, given it to a certain goblin slayer. That could be a, paranoia, but
No, that's absolutely fair.
he said something about tracking down someone who's known for recovering magical items. Is that right, TT?
Yes. That
So,
it's hidden somewhere in the mortal world, and if you wanted help finding it, you would need to find someone who's really good at tracking down rare magical items.
and so I'm half worried that's going to be Ross.
I was sitting here like Ross might be a good one, but do you know who's got a really good magical nose? Because he let us onto that wizard tower that no one else was able to get to, and we did it like it was nothing.
Who?
The other one. What's his? I'm trying to pull up the character sheet, but my phone is fighting me.
Pierre.
Pierre's got a good sense of it, so we could probably start with him, and then eventually on our journeys run into it. But if you're asking me, hey, we need to go on what's probably a suicide mission to go steal a magical artifact from getting out of the wrong hands,
Well,
fucking do it.
See, I'm sure it was just him being a dick as well, but he was kind of very vocal about how me getting anybody else involved in this will probably not end well for anyone else. Either.
Duck, my dear, I'm already dead. They can't really do much more to me.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna go? Detroit?
We're not going to go to that one particular plane of evil, Detroit, but hey.
But yeah, it's just I needed to let someone know just so that I don't know.
You needed to get it off your chest. I understand. It's hard to hold on to secrets. Trust me, I've held on to many in my own time. But you can always confide in me. And he pauses for a second, like he's trying to think of words. I believe brothers in arms is usually the traditional term, but I don't know what it is for sisters in arms, siblings in arms. We fight with each other.
We're comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms. I like that. I'm gonna keep that. Comrades in arms.
What
Thank you,
would I think that's Wrestlovaki.
Slovakian.
Oh, so we should tell Andromalius next time we see him. Okay.
I mean, honestly, that's another thing. I'm a little worried Andromalius is going to learn that, I'm a lifelong thief, spy, and murderer. And that's not going to go well.
Well, that is a fair point. I do think Andromalius will be more lenient than he would normally be, because not only have you chosen to free him when any other thief, murderer, etc. would have just left him there, you're also actively choosing to help people and be better than you were. So he'd probably be like, he'd probably keep an eye on you, worst out of worst, but
yeah. It's just, not sure how much devils are into the whole, redemptive justice thing.
I mean, he's
They
literally
see-
going.
Sorry, what?
He's going out literally to help fight for the cause of a nation that he's been literally entrapped in, and has every reason to go, actually, no, fuck you, and is helping them by helping Joanna understand her powers and get to be best the best. I think Andromalius is a very complex character, and we haven't had much of an opportunity to find that out.
Just slightly both turn to the camera.
But,
Yeah. I mean, he is really hot.
I'm glad one of...
He's
I
not
was
bad
thinking
looking.
it.
He's not bad looking as a human either. I mean, for a human.
Jesus, fuck.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but you're not wrong.
You're fucking thirsty.
But, like...
Duck is amphibious. Leave her alone.
Just like
Doesn't
Popeye.
care if that water's going to boil.
God damn it.
But, like, here, between you and me, Duck, he's gonna lean over. My wife wasn't exactly normal human either. I've always been a little bit like this. Wink, wink,
I
nudge,
mean-
nudge.
The amount of profession she's had, I was going to figure she was something long-lived.
I've never asked her age. It is impolite to ask a woman her age.
Oh, I
Jesus.
mean, of course. Although, I didn't realize that was something you had to be careful about, because, Fairyland times, like, who cares? But here, once people become mortal, that becomes a touchy subject.
Well, I'd like to think it's because for the most part, people are afraid of death. Yet when you have a timer that you can't change, and it's solid and stuck, and for sure, it freaks them out. It's why I'm the most nonchalant about it, because I've already died once. It sucked. It was terrible. If you cannot die, if you have to die, choose not to die of a gut wound. There's so many easier ways to go than a gut wound.
Oh, I know. I've done that to people, and I felt bad.
Yeah, if you're going to gut wound somebody, just do them the mercy and cut the throat. But they get...
Oh, I think I know what we are. We're veterans.
You know what? I like that. Veterans. Veterans in arms. I like that.
Oh. Look, just goes. Oh, I appreciate this.
Yeah,
To be able to,
of
not
course.
sure how I'm going to explain it to the others, especially once, I start explaining how I have bad luck and, Flavian's a smart guy. He's going to piece it together. My bad luck has caused him a lot of pain.
I mean, think of it this way, though. You made a little bit of a mention. There's some kind of extra benefit if you claim this magic item.
Right. If I break the curse, it's also something the fortune teller said. My future was the wheel of fortune, which by breaking through adversity, you might be able to find bounty. And I figured that was tied to the curse, and this little visit tonight, he kind of confirmed that. If I succeed, I will have have an available position of power in the corps, waiting for me. Or at
Fair
least
enough.
under someone powerful. I don't know if it would be back to serving the one who exiled me, or if it's under the person who cursed me, I might just decide to stay here. Honestly, it's not worth it.
I mean, yeah, that's up to you. Personally, I wouldn't go back to work for the fucker. There's a reason I'm going
Yeah,
after my
if
old
you-
last boss.
Yeah, true. I'm just gonna say, if you meet the swan, you'll want to kill it. You want to strangle it by its rotting neck. Anyways,
I've handled enough geese in my lifetime. What's a swan?
Deck will pull out the wooden black swan toy that the first time her ears got blasted out when she tried to return it from stealing from a toy maker's shop. Goes, it looks like this.
Oh, Doug, I meant I've handled plenty of geese in my time. What's a swan onto that list? Not literally what is a swan.
Oh,
Everyone
watched-
is still
also-
not sure whether
this
Arthur
is what
knows
it
what a
looks
swan is.
but this is what it looks like. Same colors, red beak.
So if I see a black swan with a red beak,
And red eyes.
strangle it. Got it.
And if it has just an insufferably smug aura to it. But that's most swans I've met, so.
I believe that's most waterfowl in general. They defy
Hey.
physics. Oh, are you? Oh, right, Duck. Right.
I'll
I mean, Duck,
just give it a
Duck's
crap.
probably the nicest of the bunch, to be fair. That's why I like him.
Yeah, I mean, I do have, I have siblings. Siblings. We were all in the same batch. There was Loon, there was Groose, there was well, eventually changed the name, but there was Booby.
God damn
Is-
it.
Is that a type of bird?
Apparently,
Huh.
seabird, blue feet.
Well, all right then.
You look like a man who's never seen a swan.
You look like a man who's. That is an insult. I love that. You look like a man who's never seen a swan.
Dick will just gonna reach over and pat a bony shoulder and be like, "Thanks for all this."
Hey, absolutely no worries. If you ever need anything, you let me know.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. To be fair, most of the time when I'm going out by myself, I just like to get into these quiet places and go, man, I miss my wife. So I tend to just do it on my own. It gets a little annoying when you're around everybody and you're like, oh, I'm missing my wife.
Like you said, she does sound, remarkable. So I understand it.
Was Shell. I miss her something fierce, but it's not like I'm probably going to see her, you know what I mean? I got a mission here, got to make sure that we get this Goblin War stopped so I can go lay down and take another nap.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. And back
Yep.
will kinda
You go get your rest. I'll be out here for a bit.
I didn't mean for that to go on so long.
No, you're
It's all
fine.
good.
I like character interaction.
Mhm.
Grugan,
Yeah.
you've sat down to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You have a fairly good couple of hours of sleep before you feel something heavy on your chest.
Oh boy.
And when you wake up, you see a low elf sitting on top of you, staring at you with its big, wide, rodent eyes.
Yeah.
You awake yet?
Yeah.
Stands up. It's a great big hairy feet. Its little hairless rat tail whipping back and forth. Reaches into its pocket and hands you a scroll. Boss sends you this.
Oh boy.
Alright. He'll take the scroll.
Says there's a war coming. You're gonna be needed.
There's always a war coming. I'm in a war right now.
Hey, I'm just a messenger. Anyway, I'm gonna crawl on the crack in the floor right now. And the low elf hops off you and disappears into a crack between the floorboards.
Good lord, I hate when they do that.
You open the scroll, and realize that the parchment it's written on, has the familiar feel that you know from your past of parchment that was made specifically from flayed human skin. And there is a familiar pestilent green ink used. Dearest Grugan, I understand your desire to break from this life, and we have respected it. But the mortals may actually prove a threat this time, and I need my butcher's blade at my side for the very pleasurable work I must set out to do. You may find me in the field of Desolese, and I will gladly welcome you back into your spotted rank within my forces. Warmest and most sincere regards, your old commanding officer. There is no signature, because there's no one else it could be.
Yeah, he knows what this is. He's gonna read it a couple times, grimacing the entire time that he has to touch it. And he's gonna shove it as deep in his bag as he can.
As you do, you recognize something about the tactile sensation of it. You've handled so much human skin parchment while working for this person that you can tell the age of the person it was taken from. This was from one of the children.
Oh.
And if anybody was awake to look at him, you'd see a blankness go over his face, and he's going to go through the motions of being a person without even realizing that he's doing it.
Flavian, you have a good night's sleep. You worked out a lot this day, and like when you hit the bed, out like a light.
Might be a little hungover in the morning, but
You just beauty rest.
Mon cher, beds just have not been your thing since your transformation, but it's comfortable enough, you suppose.
Honestly, I think Monchair would go out and sleep within a safe distance of the Tarask.
don't want it to roll over on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. In fact, as you sleep, you actually do, like, you hear it making a couple of low rumbling dragon noises. And something within you stirs. You do not have the life experience of having grown up being a dragon. You don't have, the full knowledge of your form that a natural born dragon would have. But there are some instincts that kick in.
Okay.
And there is something oddly comforting about that big rumbling growl of its breath. That does help you sleep easily as you're by this creature. in a weird way, despite this thing being the first of its kind, and despite you not really being the creature whose body you occupy, you feel a sense of kinship that you haven't felt ever since the transformation. Perhaps even before the transformation.
We both know what it's like to be abandoned by ones we thought were close.
Your brothers with the Tourette's.
And now for realsies. You're all rested and ready to go. I am going to say that you don't have to go back to Coulette Flock. If you want, you can have that message passed on by official forces of the Queen, who are now offering the goblins of Coulette Flock complete pardon for any crimes they think they might be held accountable for, complete amnesty within the walls of Castle Broche, and an offer of being considered citizens of the Duchess under her protection, as well as several offers for opening up trade, specifically for their ability to repel the Tarrasque. The castle itself has taken your barrels and spread them along the walls. The Tarrasque is far away enough where it's not immediately repelled by the stink, but it does occasionally flare up its nose and go from being in proximity to it, and it's beginning to recover. They have gotten some meat from their stores and left it on the beach while the beast sleeps, so that it has something to eat and regain its strength. Martha has gotten permission and packed up and is now going to ride as your little accomplice as you head out. And before we end our session tonight, I would like to know, where are we going next, gang?
Where are we going?
Right here. Barbarant's Fortress is right here. Now, cutting right directly to it's going to be hard. There's some mountains and shit in your way. You could try to hit Merlot and then Firmfield and go there and have a slightly more circuitous but smoother route that doesn't involve mountain climbing. And there is a potential hidden goblin settlement on the way if you do. You could even go further out of your way if you want and hit that one. And the Ciel Arbre.
I don't want to see the Ciel Arbre.
It's pretty cool.
Because we could go across, and take the lizards there, right? Or the salamanders.
Yeah, well, and also you can get a boat again, and now the boat will be covered in Tarrasque repellent spray so that the creature won't go after them. With the Tarrasque repellent, you have officially protected Castle Broche from future Tarrasque attacks. So it is safe from Barbarant's reprisal for now.
Okay, so I think that would be good to go this way and then go up like this and avoid, going through the mountains and stuff, hit Barbarant and then go down here.
Yeah.
So left around the river or lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go from here.
Yeah, because the Beldormont Woods, those are liminal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it'd be best to go approach it by way of water. Because this one was on the map, right? Of that suspected list that we also found this one.
Yeah. We now know that's the Coulette Flock Goblin Camp.
Okay, so yeah, it'd be good to go to warn them since they're fairly close to this bridge to Bretons. Well, it's just the gamer in me wants to go to the giant tree.
The giant tree is there. I wish to go there.
I think if we head north, hit the giant tree, go to Merlot, hit the Hidden Goblin Village, hit the other towns over there, find Barbarant, kick Barbarant's ass.
Before he can make a new Tarrasque.
Does that mean the kid is coming with us the whole way?
Yep.
Martha
Yeah.
is indeed coming with you the whole way. It's fine. Standard procedure in this world when you've got a bad wizard you're talking down. If you've got a kid with moxie, you send that kid out, no matter how insane that might seem.
All right.
Historically, this works out way more often than it logically should.
I mean, Margot traveled with us for a while.
Yeah. Could have traveled farther if I didn't fear being too self-indulgent. All right. Well, good job, gang. You defeated the Tarrasque and saved Castle Broche.
Woo.
Next time, we're gonna visit a big fucking tree.
We are.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.